Stop everything right now. Don't scroll down. Don't look away. Don't even think about pausing this video to watch later. What you are about to hear is not a coincidence. It's not an algorithm. It's not just another piece of content that happened to pop up on your timeline. This moment was orchestrated in the highest dimensions while you were going about your life thinking no one was paying attention. You who have been waking up at 2:47 a.m. with your heart racing for no apparent reason. You who feel a tightness in your chest when you look in the mirror and no longer recognize the person staring back at you. You who whisper cries for help to the universe when you think no one is listening. This is not an ordinary video. It is a direct call from heaven to your soul. And if you close it now, you may be rejecting the only answer you have been waiting for so long. Something is moving in the invisible realm. Lately, you have felt that everything around you has become denser, as if the air were heavier, as if conversations no longer had the same lightness as before. People seem more distant, promises sound emptier, and even the silence in your home echoes strangely. This is not paranoia. It is not common depression. It is not anxiety without cause. You are at the epicenter of an invisible war that most people do not even realize exists. There are forces on the move, battles being fought for territory you didn't even know you had. And there is a cry echoing in the heavenly spheres with your name engraved on it. Archangel Michael has been sent. When I mention this name, something stirs inside you, doesn't it? It's no coincidence. Michael is not called for ordinary situations. He does not descend to protect ordinary lives. He is summoned when something extraordinary is at stake, when there is a destiny that must be preserved at all costs, when there is a soul that carries within itself a flame that can illuminate entire generations. And that soul is you. Yes, you who are reading this with tears in your eyes, you who feel that something greater is trying to communicate through these words. You are not imagining things. You are not being dramatic. You are being called. Write in the comments right now, "No evil can touch me, for I am protected by the light of angels." This is not just a phrase. It is an energetic shield that is being activated over your life at this very moment. When you write these words, something will move in the invisible realm. A protection will be established. A cloak of safety will surround you. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, it is a gift. That ability you have to sense when someone is lying, even if they are smiling. That ability to perceive when an environment is charged, even if it seems normal to others. That intuition that makes you avoid certain people or places without being able to explain why. Everything that made you believe it was exaggeration, that it was weakness, that it was a problem. In fact, it is your spiritual superpower. You are a divine antenna walking the earth, picking up frequencies that others don't even dream exist. That is why the attacks against you have been so intense. That is why the last few weeks have been so heavy. That is why you feel like you are swimming against the tide, even when you are just trying to exist in peace. The enemy of souls does not waste time with mediocre people. He invests his heavy artillery against those who have the potential to awaken crowds, to break generational chains, to be a beacon of light in the midst of darkness. And you, dear warrior, you are exactly that. Every tear you shed alone in the bathroom was seen. Every time you looked up at the sky and said, "I can't take it anymore," it was heard. Every night you lay down feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders was closely watched by Archangel Michael. He was there when you thought you were completely alone. He recorded every moment of pain, every second of struggle, every forced breath you took to keep living when you wanted to simply stop. Now the time has come for a turning point. Not a small turning point, not a gradual improvement, but a complete revolution in the way you exist. Because you did not come to Earth to survive, you came to thrive. You did not come to be just another one. You came to be the one who makes a difference. And all this painful process you have gone through has been your training, your preparation for the moment that is now coming. Take a deep breath. Feel the atmosphere around you changing as you read these words. There is a presence approaching, There's a force manifesting. There's a portal opening between the sky and your reality. Archangel Michael is no longer just watching. He is intervening directly in your story. What you are feeling right now is not your imagination. That chill running down your spine, that feeling that something is moving around you, that deep recognition that every word in this video was written specifically for you, all of this is real. You are not being emotionally manipulated, you are being spiritually awakened. There's a huge difference between the two, and your spirit knows the difference even when your mind still doubts. Let's talk about the signs you've been noticing. Those coincidences that happen in sequence and seem impossible to be just chance. The numbers you see repeatedly on the clock, always at the same times, as if someone were trying to get your attention. The songs that play at the exact moment you most need to hear those specific lyrics. The people who show up in your life saying exactly what you needed to hear, without even knowing you were going through that. This is not coincidence, it is celestial communication. The universe has its own language, and you are beginning to learn how to decipher it. But there is something deeper going on. Your nights have been different, haven't they? You lie in bed exhausted, but when it's time to sleep, your mind races. These aren't just ordinary worries. They're thoughts that seem to come from somewhere else. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night with a strange clarity about situations that were confusing during the day. Other times you have dreams so vivid that they seem more real than reality itself. This happens because during sleep, your soul connects with dimensions that are inaccessible during the day due to the noise of everyday life. Now write in the comments, "I now activate my spiritual protection shield." By doing this, you are declaring to the universe that you recognize your own strength, that you no longer accept being vulnerable to the energetic attacks that have been trying to drain your vitality. This is a moment of empowerment, not dependence. I need to tell you something that perhaps no one has ever explained to you. There is a spiritual reason for everything you have been experiencing lately. Those losses that seemed unfair, those doors that closed when you needed them to open the most, those people who deeply disappointed you, none of it was random. It was all part of a process of refinement, preparation, and energetic cleansing for what is coming now. Archangel Michael has been with you every step of the way. He was there when you cried out of frustration because your efforts weren't recognized. He saw when you helped people who later turned their backs on you. He recorded every time you chose to be kind, even when you were hurt. Every time you forgave, even when you didn't deserve forgiveness. Every time you got up, even when you wanted to stay down. Your spiritual journey did not begin now. It began long before you were born. Your soul chose this life, chose this time, chose these specific circumstances because it knew you would be able to fulfill the mission you brought here. Yes, you have a mission. Not a grand mission that will make headlines, but a personal, intimate mission that will impact everyone who crosses your path from here on out. Have you noticed how some people feel better after talking to you, even when you haven't said anything special? How your presence seems to calm agitated environments. How strangers sometimes seek you out to vent, as if they recognize you as a safe haven. This is not a coincidence. It is your spiritual nature manifesting itself automatically. You are a channel of healing, even when you don't realize it. Archangel Michael has come to remind you of this. He has come to show you that all the suffering you have gone through was not punishment, it was preparation. Every pain you have felt has increased your capacity for compassion. Every disappointment you have experienced has expanded your understanding of human nature. Every tear you have shed has cleared layers of illusion from your spiritual eyes. Now you are ready for the next phase. A phase where your sensitivity will be your greatest strength, where your intuition will be your most reliable guide, where your natural light will shine without asking permission from anyone. There is a secret that awakened people know, but it is not taught anywhere. The pain you carry is not yours alone. You are not suffering only for your own mistakes or your own wounds. You are carrying ancestral pain, family patterns that have been repeated for generations, and the time has come to break this cycle once and for all. This explains why you sometimes feel sadness that you cannot explain, why certain situations affect you disproportionately, why you react to certain things as if you have already experienced them before. Your energy field is like a spiritual sponge. You absorb not only your own emotions, but also the emotions of those around you, the environments you frequent, and even the memories your ancestors left behind in your family line. That's why you feel exhausted after being in crowds, why certain people drain your energy just by being around them, why some places make you feel uncomfortable for no apparent reason. But this extreme sensitivity that sometimes seems like a curse is also your greatest gift. You can sense lies before they are told. You can feel when someone needs help even when they don't ask for it. You can pick up on the true intentions behind pretty words. This ability protects you from many traps that less sensitive people easily fall into. Archangel Michael has been working to shield this sensitivity so that it works for you and not against you. He has created a protective dome around you, filtering the energies that reach you. However, this protection requires your conscious participation. You need to learn to say no to people and situations that drain your energy. You need to create healthy boundaries. You need to honor your sensitive nature instead of trying to harden it. Before we continue, I want you to write in the comments, "My energy is sacred and no evil has power over me." This statement establishes a spiritual territory around you, marks your energetic boundaries, and tells the universe that you are no longer available to be a recipient of other people's toxicity. Let's talk about something that may shock you. The people who hurt you the most in life were not your true enemies. They were unconscious instruments used to awaken your inner strength. Every betrayal you suffered taught you to trust your intuition more. Every abandonment you experienced showed you that your true security comes from within. Every humiliation you have endured has prepared you to never again accept crumbs of love and recognition. This does not mean that you should be grateful for having suffered. It means that you can transform all that suffering into wisdom, all that pain into power, all that experience into spiritual authority. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a survivor, and you are becoming a winner. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something fundamental. You no longer need to prove your worth to anyone. You no longer need to strive to be accepted by people who cannot see your light. You no longer need to dim your shine to make others feel comfortable around you. The time has come for you to fully embrace who you are, without apology, without compromise. Your intuition has been your most reliable compass, but you have ignored its guidance for fear of appearing exaggerated or due to social pressure to be rational. How many times has your first impression of a person or situation proven to be correct later on? How many times have you felt that you should avoid something and then found out that it was a wise decision? Your intuition is not coincidence. It is divine guidance coming to you through your spiritual senses. From now on, trust your perceptions more than appearances. Trust what you feel more than what you are told. Trust your inner voice more than outside pressure. Archangel Michael is amplifying this intuitive ability, tuning your spiritual senses so you can navigate life with greater precision and protection. There is a pattern repeating itself in your life that needs to be broken today. Perhaps it is a pattern of relating to people who do not value you. Perhaps it is a pattern of sacrificing yourself for others while your own needs take a back seat. Perhaps it is a pattern of doubting yourself when you should trust your perception. Whatever that pattern is, it was born from old wounds and feeds on the fear of not being loved. But you are already loved. Loved unconditionally by the universe, by the angels, by the creative force that brought you into existence. This love does not depend on what you do, how you behave, or how much you produce. This love exists simply because you exist. And when you truly understand this, when this truth descends from your head to your heart, everything changes. Write in the comments, "Where light dwells, no shadow remains." Let this statement echo in your soul, because it will be your mantra of protection and transformation from now on. We have reached the point of deepest revelation. What you are about to discover will explain many things that did not make sense in your life until now. You are not just a sensitive person who has gone through difficulties. You are a spiritual warrior disguised as an ordinary person, and your true identity is being revealed right now through the presence of Archangel Michael. You know that feeling of not completely belonging to this world? That impression that you are living a life that is not entirely yours? That perception that there is something greater waiting for you, but you cannot quite identify what it is. It all makes sense now. You are an ancient soul inhabiting a young body. You carry wisdom from other existences. You have access to knowledge that you did not learn in this life through books or ordinary experiences. That's why you sometimes know things without having studied them. That's why certain songs move you to tears even if you don't understand the language. That's why some places make you feel an inexplicable nostalgia, as if you've been there before. That's why you understand deep human pain, even if you haven't experienced it all personally. Your soul has a vast library of experiences that transcend this current life. Archangel Michael has come to remind you of who you really are, because the time has come for you to consciously take on your role. Not as someone who is above others, but as someone who can serve as a bridge between heaven and earth, between spiritual wisdom and the practical needs of ordinary people. Now write in the comments, "I am guided, protected, and strengthened by the angels of light." By declaring this, you are officially accepting the heavenly partnership that has always been available to you, but which you may not have known how to consciously access. Let's talk about the attacks you have been suffering. They are not random, they are targeted. There is an opposing force that recognizes your potential long before you do, and so it works tirelessly to discourage you, to make you doubt yourself, to convince you that you are weak, inadequate, problematic. This force uses the people closest to you as instruments, because it knows that you would give less credence to criticism coming from strangers. How many times have people in your own family made you feel like you were overreacting? How many times have close friends downplayed your spiritual insights? How many times have you been called dramatic for feeling things deeply? This was not a coincidence, it was a strategy. The more you doubt your sensitivity, the more you disconnect from your true source of power. But the time has come to completely reverse this dynamic. Your sensitivity is not a problem, it is a solution. Your ability to feel deeply is not a flaw, it is divine equipment. Your tendency to be easily moved is not weakness. It is an authentic connection to the essence of life. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something revolutionary about your life mission. You did not come here to be perfect. You came here to be real. You did not come here to impress. You came here to inspire. You did not come here to have all the answers. You came here to ask the right questions. Your authenticity is more powerful than any mask of perfection you can wear. People are drawn to your energy not because you are infallible, but because you are genuine. They trust you not because you never make mistakes, but because you own up to your mistakes with honesty. They open up to you not because you have a perfect life, but because you acknowledge and validate the imperfections of human life. Your mission is to be a beacon, not a sun. You don't have to light up the whole world, just a little piece where you are. You don't have to save all of humanity, just the people who cross your path. You don't need to have supernatural powers, just use the natural gifts you already have in a conscious and loving way. Write in the comments, "The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness." This statement programs your subconscious mind to recognize that you always have access to divine guidance. Even in the most challenging moments, there is a celestial timetable for your life, and you are entering a new phase of that timetable right now. A phase where your spiritual strength will manifest more clearly, where your intuition will become more acute, where your discernment will deepen significantly. You will begin to perceive layers of reality that were previously invisible to you. This can be a little scary at first, because you will see things you would rather not see. You will feel things you would rather not feel. But this expansion of your perception comes with proportional divine protection. The more you see, the more you are protected. The more you feel, the more you are spiritually shielded. The time has come for you to understand the true purpose behind every tear you have shed in silence. Every sleepless night was not wasted time, it was preparation time. Every time you felt alone in a crowd, you were being trained to recognize your spiritual uniqueness. Every disappointment that shattered your expectations was also shattering your illusions about how the world works, preparing you to see reality with clearer eyes. Archangel Michael has been watching your resilience, your ability to get up after every fall, your determination to continue believing in good even after encountering so much evil. This resilience is not common. This strength is not common to humans. You have a divine spark that shines brighter than most people, and that spark needs to be protected and consciously nurtured. Now let's talk about something that will change your perspective on relationships. The people who have remained in your life even during your worst moments are your true companions on your spiritual journey. Those who ran away when you needed them most were not your enemies. They were divine filters removing energies incompatible with your new vibration. Each painful departure from your life was actually an energetic cleansing, preparing space for more authentic and nourishing connections. You are afraid of being disappointed again, of trusting and being betrayed once more. This fear is understandable, but it cannot paralyze you. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that your new spiritual sensitivity acts as an intention detector. You will no longer be taken by surprise by fake people because your intuition is more attuned now. You will sense people's true intentions even before they reveal them through their actions. Write in the comments, "I am protected by invisible forces working in my favor." This statement activates a network of angelic protection around you, creating an energetic barrier against people and situations that could try to drain your new higher energy. There is something happening on the spiritual plane that explains why you have been feeling different lately. Your vibrational frequency is changing, it is rising, and this creates a temporary mismatch between you and people who vibrate at lower frequencies. That is why some relationships have become more difficult, why certain conversations seem too superficial for you, why you feel the need for more silence and introspection. This does not mean that you are becoming antisocial or arrogant. It means that you are growing spiritually, and all growth requires adjustments. You are learning to distinguish between abandonment and withdrawal. Abandonment is neediness, withdrawal is choice. Abandonment drains you, withdrawal renews you. Abandonment makes you seek any company. Withdrawal makes you choose only companies that add value to your journey. Archangel Michael is teaching you to value your own company, to find peace in silence, to use moments of introspection to connect with your inner wisdom. You no longer need to fill every silence with noise, every emptiness with activity, every pause with anxiety. You can simply be, simply exist, simply breathe consciously. Your mission is becoming clearer. You did not come to change the world through great public deeds. You came to change the world through small personal transformations that create ripples in the lives of everyone who knows you. Every person who feels better after talking to you is a seed of light planted in the world. Every moment you choose compassion over judgment is a victory of light over darkness. You have a natural gift for calming emotional storms, for finding the right words at the right moments, for offering the kind of presence that people need even when they don't know how to express what they need. This gift did not come with an instruction manual because it operates through your heart, not your mind. The more you trust your intuition, the more effective this gift becomes. Now write in the comments, "My heart is light, and no evil can resist this vibration." This statement establishes a magnetic field of protection around you, automatically repelling negative energies and attracting situations and people aligned with your highest good. What you need to understand is that your sensitivity is a form of service. When you cry while watching sad news, you are offering collective compassion. When you genuinely care about people you don't even know personally, you are expanding the network of love in the world. When you pray for situations that don't directly affect you, you are channeling heavenly blessings. You are a natural healer. even if you have never studied healing techniques. Your genuine presence, your empathetic listening, your ability to see the best in people even when they cannot see it in themselves, all of these are forms of spiritual medicine that the world desperately needs. Archangel Michael wants you to stop apologizing for who you are. Stop dimming your light so that others feel comfortable. Stop pretending that you don't notice things that you clearly see. Stop silencing your intuition to please people who can't understand your depth. We are coming to the final moment of this revelation, but in truth, this is only the beginning of your true conscious journey. Everything you have discovered about yourself in these words has always been within you. It just needed to be remembered, recognized, and embraced. Archangel Michael did not come to give you new powers. He came to show you the powers you have always had, but have learned to ignore or minimize. From now on, your life will never be the same. Not because something external has changed, but because something internal has been activated. You can no longer pretend that you don't perceive the things you perceive. You can no longer pretend that your intuition is wrong when it has proven itself right time and time again. You can no longer accept crumbs of love, attention, and recognition when you know you deserve abundance in all these areas. Write in the comments, "I am invincible when I connect with the light of the heavens." This is not arrogance, it is recognition of your true source of strength. When you consciously align yourself with the forces of light, you become truly invincible against the onslaught of darkness. Your mission from now on is very clear. Be yourself without apology. Use your gifts without hiding them. Trust your sensitivity without constantly questioning it. Honor your depth without trying to become shallow to fit in. The world doesn't need another person trying to be like everyone else. The world needs you being authentically you. You will encounter resistance. People who are used to the diminished version of you may find this new, empowered version strange. Relationships that were sustained by your self-sacrifice may not survive your new self-love. Situations that were maintained through your passivity may dissolve when you begin to set healthy boundaries. This is not a problem, it is cleansing. It is the universe removing from your life everything that is not aligned with your new vibrational frequency. It is Archangel Michael making room for more authentic and nourishing connections to enter your reality. Trust the process, even when it seems painful temporarily. Write in the comments, "The presence of angels surrounds me and keeps me safe in all my ways." Let this affirmation be your daily prayer of protection, your spiritual armor, your constant reminder that you never walk alone. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this conversation does not end here. He will continue to walk beside you, whispering guidance through your intuition, sending you signs through synchronicities, protecting you through situations you won't even realize were dangerous. Your partnership with the heavenly forces has been officially established today, and it is for life. But remember, with great gifts come great responsibilities. You can no longer use your sensitivity just to protect yourself. You must also use it to serve. You can no longer keep your light to yourself. You must let it shine to illuminate the path of others. You can no longer keep your wisdom for your own benefit. You need to share it when the universe brings people who need to hear exactly what you have to say. Your life will become a living prayer, a constant example that it is possible to be sensitive and strong at the same time, that it is possible to be spiritual and practical at the same time, that it is possible to carry deep pain and still radiate genuine love. Now I want to extend a special invitation to you. If you've made it this far, if every word has resonated with your soul, if you feel like you've found your spiritual tribe, then subscribe to this channel. I'm not just asking for another subscriber. I'm inviting you to be part of a family of awakened souls, of warriors of light who recognize each other. Here you will find other people who understand your journey, who value your sensitivity, who celebrate your awakening. Tell your story in the comments. Share what part of this message touched you the most. What revelation was most impactful? What change you feel has already begun within you? Your experience may be exactly what someone else needs to read. to have the courage to also embrace their true spiritual identity. If you know someone who needs to hear these words, share this video. That person may be going through this same awakening process as you, but feeling alone and misunderstood. Your recommendation may be the most valuable gift you could give them. Archangel Michael blesses your journey from here on out. May you never again doubt your value, your strength, your importance in this world. You are loved, you are protected, you are chosen. And now you know this consciously.